doing today, though, is taking a look at what is basically the ideal time for right when you go to sleep to do with your zodiac signs. Now, have a lot of you guys actually experienced, though, of your partner or your children going to bed, or yourself noticing, though, that you're going to bed usually at the certain time? Well, today what we're going to do, though, is we're going to take a look actually at this, and we're going to look actually what the messages are trying to tell you. So join us today here on the Divine Oracle Podcast.
Her head was down, face locked onto the phone. And I wished I'd had a number so I could be color unknown. And then I tell her to look into my eyes and never let it go.
And good day, everybody. It is Brother Chris here, and also on the other line, it is Gypsy Lady Eva. How are you doing today, my love?
I am doing fine. It's kind of gloomy here, but it's like, yeah, we're gonna get snow soon. I just know it.
That's what I was going to ask you, because over here, across the river, we're supposed to get snow also. So I know, though, that they say we're supposed to hit this afternoon with 80% chance of snow in our region. But what's the percentage chance in your region? Do you know?
No, I don't. I have heard that this afternoon we're supposed to get snow.
Oh,
snow
gosh.
Rain mix.
I just hope it. I hope, though, that snow does melt off, and then also we have what we've been always getting every single year, which is a green Christmas.
A green Christmas? A green Christmas?
Yes.
Okay, we got a white Christmas and blue Christmas. I suppose we can have a green Christmas.
So it's like, but yeah.
Or pink or yellow or green. No, we already got green.
But yeah, no, I'm looking outside right now, and it's kind of gloomy out there. And yeah, but after this morning, though, being woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning from a stupid friggin' fire alarm going actually off. I hate when those happen.
And you reach over to turn it off, and it's not being turned off. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yes. It's like, God. So, but anyways, we'll be right back after these quick commercial breaks with today's discussion, and we're talking about your zodiac signs. Your zodiac signs and the ideal time for bed. We'll be right back after these quick commercials. The Rock Spa. Wonderful location to check out. Check out their website at therockspa.com. So many merchandise and healing items there. Shipping worldwide. So why not check out the Rock Spa at therockspa.com.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Over this holiday season, why not sit back and listen to Divine Oracle Podcast anywhere at any time underneath the free app of Podbean. If you don't have it, it's a great Christmas gift. This December, for your Christmas gifts, why not shop with us here at Haunted Live Podcast? We have so much wonderful gifts, such as crystals, cleansing items, and way more. You can find us actually on Etsy underneath Haunted Live Podcast. Alrighty, so yes, some wonderful commercials right there and some sponsors. So again, those what I was saying before we went to break, though, what we're going to be doing, though, is looking actually at zodiac signs and the ideal bedtime. Again, those. Eva, have you noticed, though, that your bedtime has been off by any chance?
Yes.
And how late usually do you stay up past your usual bedtime?
Well, my usual bedtime, I don't have a usual bedtime, but it's usually at about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
But lately I've been staying up later because I've been watching some of the political commentary on some of the late night TV, and it is far more interesting than the regular daytime because they don't have any guardrails, so to speak.
Yeah, that's like so. I know before we went live though that we quickly talked about what's going actually on in the States right now, and there's a lot of things though. And I said, I guess though, of who's got the power right now, you can go out and kill somebody and get away with the murder down there in the States.
Well, you and I couldn't do it, but people with money could.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the worst. That's the worst thing ever.
Don't get me started.
And they're saying though that after the 4 years, as soon as he is done, he's going to be thrown right in jail. That's what they're saying. But watch within 4 years so that they won't do anything, which is typical for most of the states down there.
In 4 years, he'll be in his 80s, and it's like, what harm can he do at that point? And it's like, come on, people, wake up and smell the coffee,
or smell your joints.
Dawn McPherson or Mark Cromer.
So it's like so. But yeah, so there's a lot of things going actually on, but a lot of us we're right now stressed to do with what's going actually on in the States. So what we're going to do though is we're actually going to take a look at the zodiac signs, and we're going to sort of give you guys what approximate time period that they're saying though that you can actually go to bed, and also what the good results about going to bed are. I don't know if Gypsy Lady Eva wants to kind of start off with this one, or if she wants me to start off with the top of the list.
Call it heads or tails.
All right, so tails.
Your turn.
Isn't it always heads like it's it? So it's like, but yeah, no. So what we're looking actually at Aries, and this goes from March 21st to the 19th of April. Your approximate bedtime though is 9 p.m. So that's what they're saying, and then Aries should go to bed roughly around 9 p.m. He or she will actually have more of an impact actually of the day, and it's going to be a lot more easier choice. I don't know if Gypsy Lady Eve wants to kind of throw into there about the Aries.
No, you kind of covered it. It's good that Aries people get to bed at an earlier hour because they do have very, very busy days. And of the Aries that I know, yeah, they're always busy.
Yes, yeah. It's like so. But yeah, no, so again, those 9 o'clock is roughly the time for Aries. So if you know anybody that's Aries, around 9 o'clock, they usually go to bed. They might stay up in the bed. They might be laying there meditating or relaxing. But so far, I don't know any Aries actually offhand that's close to me, so I cannot identify exactly that for them. Now, the next one, though, we're going to take a look at though, is a Taurus.
And Taurus people are morning people. I mean, like, they're the ones that come into the office and yell, "Good morning, people, let's get going." And you just want to take a gun and shoot them or something. But they are the kind of people who thrive in early mornings. They exercise, they like jogging, and they will also like to just sit and enjoy their morning coffee with the newspaper. Or, well, people don't read newspapers anymore, do they?
Our region those has newspaper, but don't forget you got newspapers across the internet.
That's exactly it. But these Taurus people thrive in morning. They love the morning, and that's when they get their best work done. And the thing is, they do take a little bit of a nap during the day just to recharge the batteries, but they won't admit to it. And their best time to go to bed is 10 p.m. It gives them a healthy amount of sleep, but it doesn't sacrifice the nightlife either. So
yes,
that's for Taurus.
That's like,
and I know Taurus people, and they are a pain in the. in the morning, especially. You just want to take them out back and throw them in the river or something.
That's like yes. Now, our next one that we're looking at though is Gemini. Now, Geminis have the habit of always staying up way past their usual time. That's till late. Sometimes he or she may actually do too much actually, and have a lot of things actually on their minds that they cannot be able to sleep. Usually the best time though is around 11 p.m. for them to wind down, start falling asleep around that time. So these are topics though and stuff that might help you out. Or if you know somebody of those, leave a comment actually on the playback, and especially here underneath Divine Oracle podcast. But whenever it's morning though, it's miserable for them actually in the morning.
Yes.
Doesn't that sound like somebody I know?
Your husband?
No, sorry, wrong sign for him.
Who?
That sounds like actually my sister.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes. Even though my sister was the last one technically, but from May 21st to June 20th, this is actually your stuff. And also
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm agreeing with you.
And then my nephew, though, he's actually born on the 20th of June, so he is a Gemini. Next one that we're going to take a look actually at, though, is both Gypsy Lady Eva's and my birth sign for this. And you were saying though that you're more or less in between both.
Yes, I've had my horoscope charted and by two different astrologers, and they both said the same thing, that I am one of those that truly is on the cusp. So even though it says June 21st, my birthday is June 22nd, I have to kind of look at both of them. And so I try the perfect time for a Cancer to go to bed, it's 10:30 at night.
Ding, ding, ding. I get that. Do I get a prize?
Yes, you do. But you know, I was sitting here thinking, what is the sign of Cancer? It is the crab.
And
if she does, and if a Cancer doesn't get their proper sleep, that's exactly what they are.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, so true. That's like awesome.
But if a Cancer gets the right amount of sleep, no problem.
Yeah.
And they have a tendency. This is the thing about a Cancer, and it doesn't say this, but Cancers are relatively creative, and they have a tendency to be the creative person about bedtime. And the next thing they know, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah, that's usually my wake up time. not actually for a full day, but I need to go and use the washroom around that time.
Yeah, well.
So, but since you were saying 3 o'clock, though, they say that witches' hour is at 3 o'clock. Does that make us witches? So.
Okie doke.
Yeah. So again, though, does that make us witches, Eva?
Do I have to answer that one?
or do you see a halo around me?
That too. Do you see a halo around me?
I see both.
So. That's supposed to be an evil witch laugh.
Yes.
Okay, Leos.
So Leo is basically your bedtime, and this is so true. The reason why is because my love of the life is a Leo. His usual bedtime is 12 a.m. in the morning, and that drives me nuts, though. So with this one, though, the bedtime is usually 12. He or she cannot sleep easily, which is so true about my love of life. There's ways. Sorry, there's way too much for doing things overnight. So their mind is constantly flowing throughout the whole night, and they can't settle down, which is sort of like how their daytime life is. Um, they like to stay up and talk to friends or watch favorite things actually on YouTube or TV. That there is so true about him. Um, and yeah, but the thing though is, now I know this is probably not part of it, but they are not morning people.
No.
So it takes forever for them. And
Well, Leo is the lion, right?
yes.
And I joke about I worked with a gentleman who was also a Leo, and he was not a morning person. In fact, we always joked, throw him a piece of raw meat first.
That's what I should do.
Like a cat, you throw them a piece of raw meat, then they're fine.
That's what I should do with him. He's probably listening, but yes. All right.
So but that's okay. We love him anyway.
Yeah. So our next one that we're going to look at, though, is Virgo.
Oh, Virgo. She has to be, the Virgos are the kind that have to be in bed by 8 p.m., which is ridiculous. But that's the Cancer in me speaking. And I know I have to tell you, I was with a Virgo, and 8 o'clock he'd be out like a light. We could be watching TV, we could be out to dinner, out like a light. 8 o'clock every time.
Yes.
But he was also very understanding. I'd wake him up. Oh, you want me to go to the bed? Yes.
Yeah.
But he was also a morning person. I hated that.
Well, that sort of sounds like one of our past guests that we both had here on the show, Jillian.
Okay.
Jillian is actually September 1st, and it sort of sounds like her, but thing though is she's not a morning person. She stays up till whenever, but it's basically, she's always saying though it's basically because of medical condition. But she wishes that she could go to sleep early and at night. So that kind of sounds like her, but it kind of doesn't. So, and that's the one I call my wife. So if you guys ever pay attention to the show and hear me say wife, that's who my wife is Jillian.
And now we go on to Libra.
So Libra is go ahead.
And Libra is an interesting one. Your take.
Yeah. So Libras actually go from September 23rd to October 22nd. Their usual time, though, again, is 12 a.m. All right. So it says that Libras is not a respect, not even a morning person. She or he often is grumpy in the morning and can't seem to get up without hitting the snooze button every single morning. So if that snooze button goes off, they have to hit that every single time. So basically, though, is the Libra also likes to stay up late and unwind after a long day. But best time is usually 12 a.m. So I wonder, though, since this thing says so that they love to unwind, do they actually unwind in the bathtub with that nice hot water with the bubble baths and the candles going actually on?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So now our next one that we're going to take a quick look at, though, is Scorpio.
Ah, yes. A night owl. And loves to stay up and read or watch Netflix or whatever. And it's almost like they don't want to miss a thing, no matter how late it gets. They hate morning and usually wake up feeling groggy and tired, no matter what, I don't know how much sleep they get. And for them, they get the most out of night late nights. Boy, I can't talk either. And that's why Scorpio's bedtimes are 1 a.m. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, well. But it's not as bad as Sagittarius, who is
yes.
they're coming up November 22nd to December 21st.
Yes. So if you are a Sagittarius, your usual bedtime though is at 2 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time or Western Standard Time, whatever time zone you're in. And welcome to everybody that's joining in. So with Sagittarius, again, those 2 a.m. though is usually your bedtime. They say though that you are a night owl. So I know exactly what that means. You can party all day and party all night. He or she gets the best work done actually in the middle of the night. And this is being honest. They love to stay up late. So they are able to more function during the nighttime. Their brain functions a little bit different than anybody else. The energy is mostly high. And right when they're actually able to sleep, they can sometimes sleep until noon hour. So if you know somebody that is a Sagittarius, that's a young child, do not get upset with them because of them sleeping till noon, or even the mid afternoon. It's basically though that again though their minds are working at a different level than what we actually all have, and it's always harder for them to fall asleep. Than anybody else. Again, it's because of the mind. And again, those 2 o'clock is usually the perfect time for them to actually fall asleep. Now we're looking at Capricorn.
Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. And they love being responsible and does not slack off on her duties no matter what's going on. And to get the most out of their days, they prefer to get up early. So they need a lot of rest. And they feel that the best time is around 10 o'clock to go to bed. It's not too early, not too late. And they get the perfect amount of sleep for what needs to get done the next day. And they can be very ambitious in the sense of wanting to get things done. It's like, fine, go.
Yeah. And just before we get on to the last one, which is Pisces, we're going to throw in a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
The Rock Spa. Wonderful location to check out. Check out their website at therockspa.com. So many merchandise and healing items there. Shipping worldwide. So why not check out the Rock Spa at therockspa.com.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Over this holiday season, why not sit back and listen to Divine Oracle Podcast anywhere at any time underneath the free app of Podbean. If you don't have it, it's a great Christmas gift. This December, for your Christmas gifts, why not shop with us here at Haunted Live Podcast? We have so much wonderful gifts, such as crystals, cleansing items, and way more. You can find us actually on Etsy underneath Haunted Live Podcast. Okay, so that way, again, we're taking a look at what your zodiac signs say about you and right when the best time to go to sleep is. Now, our last one that we're looking at, though, is Pisces. This goes from February 19th to March 20th. Your usual bedtime, though, is 11 p.m. So that's a little bit better than what the one was before, a couple ones before, which was like midnight, 2 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning. So again, those 11 p.m. those usually the time that you go to bed. Pisces are not morning persons. So do not give them a cup of coffee. Do not give them tea. Do not give them anything. Okay, no, they're not morning people. He or she is always in bed, and that's their favorite place to be. All right, I'm gonna let Gypsy Lady continue actually on, sort of a little bit more description about the Pisces.
Pisces don't like leaving their bed either. They like to just snuggle down and stay right there. And they also like to get to bed early and sleep as much as they can. And in fact, to put it bluntly, they like to sleep. They love to sleep in general. And they love dreams. And they're, like you say, their best time is 11 p.m. And like you say, they are not morning persons.
No, no.
Don't even go near them
So,
if you value your life.
so out of these, Gypsy Lady Eva, have you noticed any little things so that sort of describe you?
You know, there's little bits and pieces in each of them that describe me. I am not really a morning person, but it's like that depends on how we define morning. I prefer to go to bed around 11 o'clock, which is a little later, said 10:30. But when I get into a project or I get creative bent, I will stay up all night. And that's one thing that was not really discussed is how creativity affects, of the sign affects your ability to sleep.
Yeah.
Because if you get involved, once you get into something and it's like really, you're really into it, you don't want to give it up. You want to get it done. You want to see it done. And that's part of the Cancer, the crab. They don't like, they use that little claw thing to hold on to it until it's absolutely necessary to let go.
Yes. Yeah. It's like that. So, yeah, no, for myself, though, I noticed those couple of things. And what you were saying, though, is how your mind is for the artistic way, which is so true. I know, though, that a couple of days ago, I was up extremely early. I slept actually on the couch, but I had something going through my head all night, and I couldn't get to sleep. So I had to get things done. And this was actually getting things ready for the month of December here on these Podbean, to do with our shows for intros and everything else. But yeah, my mind has been racing so weird. But people say it's because of the veil has been so thin. And that happened on that happened on the 15th of November. The veil was so thin. But I don't think it was really that, though. I think it's basically because everything was coming actually all into one.
Yeah, so, that would make sense.
It's like so.
That would make sense.
But yes, even though that these have said about your bedtimes and what's good for you and everything else, you also have to look actually at the cycle of the moon.
Yeah, that does affect some people, and being of the sign that I am, Cancer the crab, that the moon is our what do you call it, primary sign or primary influence.
Yeah.
Which that's why we're so damn moody.
Yeah. Well, again, you were saying, though, while we were doing this, so you're an early Cancer, so you're more of a Gemini.
Yeah, like I say, I've had my horoscope cast a couple of times, and they both said the same thing. I am one of those rare ones that is born in that cusp area. I have to read both of them, and I find that happens quite often, not just in something like this, but in general.
Yeah. So gosh. Well, that sort of sounds like me. Even though I'm a Cancer, I'm a later Cancer. I'm more or less like a Leo also.
I had one person tell me that you can't say I am a Cancer or I am a Leo or I whatever sign, because you still have the influence of all. Well, if you know anything about how these horoscopes are cast, everything has an influence on you someplace, depending on what house you are in. There are 12 houses within the horoscope. And, I like these little things that we just shared with our audience. But it's like you got to really look at the whole chart to really understand what's going on with you. And but I love these little things because it's like it kind of, well, my gosh, that explains fill in the blank to a T. That fits them to a T or fits them to a T. It's like, man, that stuff is accurate. It is accurate.
Yeah. But again, those you have to look actually at, because if you're born earlier or later in the sign, you still have you still have the traits actually of the past zodiac sign. But I remember though that they were saying though not that long ago, a couple of years ago, that the zodiac signs are way off.
Yes, I was just going to say something about that.
I remember that precisely. That they were saying though, instead of me being a Cancer, I was supposed to be something else. Right?
Yeah,
and I was like,
you gotta. I don't know how far off it is or how they calculate it, but yeah, I know.
It's like, gosh, so.
And supposedly there is a 13th sign now instead of just 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we never actually all know. But this thing here is going to help you out sort of within the month of December. December 11th, though, we have a great show coming up. That's one basically to tune in. And with this one here, we're going to be talking about Nostradamus. And also to do with signs, though, that have happened. Signs, though, that are going to be happening. And another couple of people, though, that Gypsy Lady even kind of talked about to youth and talked about actually for this show. If you want to sort of mention about some other people that are...
Edgar Casey is one. Who else did I mention?
There was somebody else that you said.
I'm trying to remember.
Buddhist.
Huh?
Somebody that's Buddhist.
I'm drawing a complete blank.
Same here. But I know that there was 3 people altogether. Gypsy Lady even probably even remembers that there was 3 people that she.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
It happens with people. It's like God. So.
Well, I know Edgar Casey is one because he just fascinates the daylights out of me. They call him the sleeping prophet.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting.
Yeah. So this is just
Oh, I know who it was. Saint Malachi.
Okay.
Who is an Irish prophet. I believe Irish. Nostradamus, I have a little problem with, but we'll talk about that on the program.
Yeah. So it's like God. So yeah, these are some of the things that's going on. And join us if you guys are listening playback this coming Saturday, which will be on the 23rd. We are live here at 2 p.m. Even underneath, we're going to be live also underneath YouTube at the same time. We are going to be doing readings for you guys. Again, these are free readings, so take part, send in your questions, and we'd love to hear from you guys. So from us,
please.
So from us to you guys have an awesome day and enjoy. If you guys have missed, listen back on playback. So thanks a lot to everybody that has joined in, and you guys have a wonderful day.
And thank you all for your time. It is deeply appreciated.
Her head was down, face locked onto the phone. And I wished I had a number so I could be color unknown. And then I tell her to look into my eyes and never let it go.